On today's episode of the Show the Art podcast
is a Freakahzoid. I thought I was a Freakahzoid. This guy's a Freakahzoid.
Geo Martinez. This guy has been training in jiu-jitsu for only 6 years, but he's killing it on the no-gi circuit, especially the sub-only tournament.
He's really dynamic, really bendy, and he trains and studies under the legend master wizard, Eddie Bravo.
He's won a bunch of tournaments recently, including EBI twice. He's been killing it in super fights. He's been super impressive. On the podcast, he talks about his competition mindset. He talks about his training with legends like Eddie Bravo and high-level MMA guys, and I don't even want to give it any more away. Just listen to the podcast.
Just stop it. Stop talking.
Okay, I'm done. If you guys listen to this on iTunes, please comment, give us 5 stars, you want to, and subscribe. It goes a long way, please, guys.
Dude, excellent podcast, please.
Yes. Enjoy, guys, and enjoy.
A lot of nuggets.
All right, guys, welcome to the Show the Art podcast.
Show the art.
Today, our guest is a really cool, really fun, really entertaining jiu-jitsu player, and that guy goes by the name of Geo Martinez, Freakahzoid. What's going on, my man?
What up? That's a good introduction right there, but thanks for having me, guys, and I got my respect for Show the Art, so.
Thank you, man, and listen, man, when I came out to San Diego on my little jiu-jitsu trip, and I came to visit you guys, you and your brother Boogie, I didn't really have an idea. I mean, I kind of profiled you guys, like, you guys are, you got the tattoos, you got the long beards, and you guys got the funk, So I wasn't sure what to think, but I don't judge a book by its cover. I met you guys, and I was completely surprised how, like, nice you guys were, how cordial you guys were, how, like,
how cute you guys were.
Whoa.
Just how
I didn't know all that.
Yeah, just how welcoming, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I feel like
very genuine.
People, a lot of people, I feel, they obviously look at me and my brother and they just think, they might assume things right off the bat, but honestly, me and my brother, we're pretty open-minded and we accept everybody. If you come off as a cool dude and you're nice and chill, then we're going to be the same way. If you come off like a douchebag, then we probably won't act super cool with you. So the way you came through, you were chill, you were laid back, so that's the way we're going to act towards you.
Would you and your brother jump these people? Like,
Jump them?
Yeah.
I feel weird do. Jumping. I feel weird jumping people. If I saw my brother getting jumped, I had to jump in there, of course. But
for sure,
we've never been. I'd rather handle our business, one-on-one or something.
Boom.
Since we don't really,
like a
we don't
man.
like to be dirty like that.
Nice. That's right. Yeah, man. So Polaris 3.
Yep.
You got the spot, my man. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. I'm happy.
Your original opponent was Dan Colville.
Yeah. Originally I got offered Cummings, They asked me Eddie Cummings at first, and
really?
I think and I think the fact that he's not really cutting a lot of weight right now. He's trying to gain weight for EBI, which makes a lot of sense. He didn't want to meet me at a certain weight, or we couldn't find a weight class that we both were happy with, I guess.
Okay.
That's what from my side, that's what I heard. That's the stuff. I wasn't really talking to him, but there's a middle guy talking to both of us, and it fell through, so it didn't go through. So I accepted. I told him I'm down to go whoever, and they picked Dan, and then something came up with Dan. I'm not really sure. I think family problems, stuff like that going on. So he had to pull out, and then they gave me a new opponent, and now I'm here.
Yeah, we're actually
ready to go against this dude.
We're actually friends with Dan. He he's done a seminar at our school. Marcos trains with him every so often. Really nice guy, really cool guy. And I did speak to him a couple of weeks ago, and he did have some family problems, some
right,
not so good problems.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's part of the game. Stuff happens. Life is life, and we can't control that as competitors. And sometimes there's stuff going on in life, and it might be more serious than jiu-jitsu. So we got to deal with that.
Exactly. So your new opponent, Bruno, right?
No, Luis.
Sorry. What do you think of his game, and how do you think you match up with him? How do you think the match will go? Essentially.
I I haven't heard of him before I got offered the match. So once I got offered the match, I just did my Google research and stuff, and
Yep.
he came up. And it seems like the last couple of years he's been killing it in the MMA scene, and doing really good in the MMA scene, and winning a lot. So obviously he's used to winning, and he's a competitor, and he's gonna be ready, and he wants this match. He's confident and ready to go. So hello.
Hello. Yeah, we're here.
Oh, sorry. It's because there's kind of like blurry, but yeah. So he looks like he's a a well prepared opponent. And it seems like he has really good leg locks. It seems like he's always attacking the toe holes and stuff like that, which is always dangerous guys to attack the legs. And he's a finisher. He goes for the kill, which I like. I like people that want to bring it because I want a good exciting match. It's my first time in Polaris, and I want to go in there and have a good match and represent. So
Absolutely.
I hope he's gonna bring it because I'm gonna bring it for sure. And I feel like I'm well prepared, and my style is kind of hard to prepare for. So we'll see what he's gonna bring to the table. And I know I can never prepare who I'm going up against. I can just prepare myself and do what I do good.
Absolutely, that's the perfect attitude, man. You gotta worry about yourself. You can't, you might study a guy, but his game changes, and then by the time you compete against him, it's like, plus, why am I studying for his game when I gotta try to impose my will, right?
I think it's always good to be aware of things, you know what I mean? Like, everybody has, like, a strength, you know what I mean? So if you're going up against Eddie Bravo, you're not going to jump into his full guard, you know what I mean?
True,
you're going to try to avoid that a little bit. So it's like certain people, you kind of have certain ideas of how, their style is going to match up against your style, and you play it out in your head, but it's never really super accurate. So, it's good to think about that, but you got to go in there just feeling ready with your game, your style. And he needs to kind of try to keep up with your game. That's what I like to go in there thinking like, man, I hope he can keep up with my game,
Yeah,
and I try to look at his stuff a little bit just so I'm prepared, just in case, like, for example, this guy's a really good guy that just a lot of his matches, he just finishes with toe holds. Like, of course, I'm going to watch out for the toe holds. Simple as that.
Exactly. And so Polaris, 15-minute matches, sub only. I assume that's what you love. That's your bread and butter, right?
Yeah, I love submission only. Like, we don't have to worry about positions or guys stalling out. It's just there's one goal. We gotta try to finish each other, and whoever finishes, there's there's a bonus in there, and I'm sure guys want to finish. It just looks good. Like,
yeah, man.
No one wants to see a match just people stalling out. It's like, I don't want to see a match like that, so I don't want to give people that match either.
No, man, you're one of the more exciting guys out there. For sure, you go for it every single match. Your match against Meow a couple of months ago. Where was that again?
Ecuador?
Guatemala.
That was an amazing match, man. Mad props. You were
Thanks, man.
going for it. That was a great match.
It's an honor going up against Yao Miao. He's sick, so I like going up against good high level guys, and I learned a lot from there. And I want to go up against him again, and I want to bring it again. And I feel like I saw a lot of holes in my game that I could fix, and I felt from that match I got better. So eventually I'm gonna have a rematch against Yao Miao, and I want to be ready, and I want to finish him. I want to finish him, or I want to do a submission only. I just feel like he's definitely really good at the point system game. That he'll score that point, he'll get your back, or he'll do that sweep at the end, and he's just really good at hitting that buzzer sweep, I guess you can say.
Absolutely.
And I give him props. That's his game. That's what he's good at. That's what he likes to do. And like, I gotta respect that. So I just want to be able to submit him and put him to sleep. That'll be my goal. So
yeah, man. And your game is very dynamic. You go for a lot of different funky things. But like when I came and trained with you, what I found, like, I've been to a bunch of different schools where people don't know, well, people didn't really know me. And what I find is when I go against those instructors, I mean, I'm a brown belt. I've been training for 8 years. So when I go against those instructors, those black belts, those brown belts as well, they take it to me from the first time because they don't want to run the risk of anything, of them losing in front of their students. Not that I'm that type of guy that would really go hard with someone I don't know, but normally they hold their fort down. With you, I felt like you were just super calm, super relaxed, super confident. And I was just like, damn, this guy knows he's gonna slaughter me. But like, I just felt like you weren't like, not that you were slowing your game down for me. I don't know if you will, but you were being respectful, and that was like such a great thing. That was a great experience. You know,
I enjoy that. You know, I enjoy the dance. You know, I enjoy that
mm,
exchange of our arts. You know what I mean? Like you have your style, I have my style. Everyone has their style, and it's like sometimes it's not always like when you're at practice. To me, it's not always about going for the kill. You know, there's a time for that. A lot of times it's just about trying different transitions, working on cool transitions and stuff that just feels right and feels natural, and just kind of
yeah.
going with the flow of your opponent. So if you come in there rolling with me all tough and trying to bull me and just muscle everything, then I'm gonna have to retaliate and attack back hard. But if you come in there and just approach lay back and
Yeah.
relax, just like I guess how we are against how we treat people when you come in like as a douche, we're gonna teach you like a douche. Same thing with rolling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go on the mats, you act like a douche, you're gonna get treated like that. You come in there respectful and you want to just get some good exchanges, then we're gonna do that too.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a good point, man. And that's what I felt like. I felt like we were exchanging. We were trading techniques. I was seeing what you had. You were seeing what I had. You were absorbing what I had. You were learning my game. You were giving me stuff. And we were just rolling. We were like there's a great line from The Matrix. It was the second movie, I believe. I forget the line exactly, but he was saying you never truly know someone until you fight them, and that's like a great saying for especially for
yeah,
jiu-jitsu, man.
How much?
definitely.
What in number of priority when you go into a tournament? What's the first thing you're thinking? Are you thinking, man, I want to showcase my wicked artistry? Are you thinking, man, I just got to dominate this guy? Like, what's
I just,
first?
I'm just like always. It's always just, I'm always thinking about how it's gonna be when you go in there. You know, like you never know. Like to me, like the fun part about competing is like never really knowing what's gonna happen when you step on the mat. So it's like the curiosity, just like I'm just thinking about all the possibilities that could happen. I know what I gotta do, to be successful, but there's all these questions like, is this guy gonna feel different than I think he's gonna feel? Is he gonna throw some stuff I never felt? You just have all these questions, but then ultimately when you step on the mat, you just kind of let go and don't even think. You just be free. But before it's more about just kind of trying to get your mind right. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Trying to tell yourself that you're ready for anybody, and make sure that you think about all the training you've done, all the techniques you've been going over, and you're just kind of just telling yourself that you're ready. And I'm more trying to just pump myself up and get my mind ready. And
Yeah.
then when I go on the mats, then I just go. I don't really think about like, oh, I'm gonna try to entertain people. I'm gonna try to, do a certain move. I think my style is just gonna do that naturally, just the way my
Mm,
my game is. I don't have to try to do it. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah, if you
nice.
train properly and you put in the numbers, it'll come out the right way. Do you have
Exactly.
any pre-fight, pre-tournament, pre-competition rituals? It could be like the day before, the day of, an hour before, 5 minutes before. Something you always do that like helps you get in the zone. Something you always do that helps you like get your mind right for
Just
the competition.
get calibrated.
Yeah, I feel like it's like kind of cliche, but I love listening to music. I love just putting on headphones and just zoning out and listening to music that takes me into a different place. Just stuff that just means stuff to me. Things
Yeah.
that I love. Music makes me feel a certain way. So me as a dancer, music just kind of has a big influence to my mood and my performance. So when I go in there, I put a certain music to just get me in a certain mood, and then that's the last thing I hear before I go on the mat. So I
Mm,
feel like the song keeps playing in my head when I'm rolling, and I'm just kind of like
Nice.
dancing and just rolling with people.
oof,
Ooh.
that's deep.
What's one song?
Yeah. What?
Name one song that gets you hype.
I really love a lot of different songs, but a song that I can say I love. Um, there's a song by Feed Me.
Mm.
It's called Mousetrap, and or Rat Trap, and it's just like I feel like I love that song. It's like a nice electronic song with a really hard beat, but it's
Mm.
like it just gets me pumped. No matter what, when I listen to the beat, just my blood just gets like going. And I feel
Nice.
like it takes me back to this first tournament that I did when it
Yeah.
was the Dream Tournament, and actually it was the first time as I barely got my brown belt, and I felt like it was the first time people really see me compete against like other local high level dudes, and
Hmm.
I ended up going to the finals and losing against Bill Cooper. It was the
Ah.
first. It was my first big match, and I felt like I had the match, and I was doing really good, but I ended up getting caught. It was a submission only. I ended up getting caught, and I learned a lot from that day. But it was a real significant match for me and a big tournament for me. It was the
Interesting.
first dream tournament, and then they made a highlight trailer, and they ended up putting that song in that highlight trailer, and I just felt like, and they used me in that song, and I just felt my jiu-jitsu looked really good, and it just kind of like got me pumped. You know, like seeing me in that, I see myself in b-boy and breakdancing highlights before, but I never seen myself in jiu-jitsu highlights before. So
Okay.
seeing myself in that jiu-jitsu highlight with that song just kind of like,
Amped
it
you up.
just, yeah, it's something that I'm always gonna keep in my head that gets me pumped.
Nice,
you know?
man. We're definitely rolling to that song tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm downloading it right now.
Hell yeah. So can we go into a little bit of your training methods?
Yeah.
And feel free to say, you know, I'd rather not say or whatever. But like, you know, some people that listen to this podcast, and I ask almost every guest, like, some people are listening for education. They hear that Gio Martinez, a high level black belt, this guy that's competing at the highest level, they want to get your methods. Like, can you maybe give some people some examples of ways they could drill to get them better for competition? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, you know, to me, training is so big. It's like a life, you know, like my life is training. That's all I do, train. So I could go into it and get super deep into it, but if I could put, you know, the way I like to train and like just like in not too many words, I guess, I would like to tell people that training comes down to who you train with. You know, your partners are very important. You know, the people you train around with is very important. So if I'm training around with people that I enjoy to train with, people that are talented, that can push me, I feel like my game's gonna get better. But a lot of people just want to train with high level dudes, but you gotta think about that. You can't just train with high level dudes and not fit in and not really feel the vibe. You know, not call them your friends, your family, because you're not gonna go into practice with that state of mind. Like you're pumped and you're hyped to be around your crew. You're gonna go in there and be like, man, I want to learn. I'm gonna learn, but I might get beat up, and I don't even like this guy. And it's just not the same state of mind. You know what I mean?
There's a time and
I go
place
into
for
practice
that.
with my friends with the same state of mind. We're all, you know, in the same, you know, just frequency. We go in there, we're happy to see each other. We're happy to be there. You know, my friend catches me slipping, you know, I'm like, man, you caught me today. Today was your day, you know, good job. Or, you know, my friends, you know, if they're going to push me because they know they got to make me better for me to do good in tournaments. And I'm going to push them for the same reason. So it feels good to have people around you that not only, you know, are talented, but they care about you. They're your friends, your family. You know, so a lot of people forget that. You know, it's very important who you're training with.
Yeah. And then every now and I'm sorry, you keep going.
I would just say if it comes down to like physical stuff, there's, you know, tons of drills to do. Like look, there's so much different other arts. They're not just jiu-jitsu that could benefit you, like yoga. Obviously, I would say breakdancing. Do some breakdancing, man. It's the best training you will ever find for your body. It's crazy how much patterns and flexibility and balance you're gonna get from just being able to understand basic breakdancing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then there's people that do ballet, you know, girls like that, or guys that do other kind of dances. They come in there already, their bodies are physically ready, and then all you have to do is train the technique. So I tell a lot of people, like, it's good to do jiu-jitsu and train full-time jiu-jitsu, but every once in a while switch it up, learn something different that can benefit your body and benefit your jiu-jitsu in a different way.
Excellent, man. That's great advice. How about your drills? Do you drill like for hours each day? Do you drill for time? Do you drill for reps? How do your drills work?
See, me, like I love drilling. You know, I make sure I drill a lot. I love drilling certain, like we'll go to class, we'll drill for about an hour and a half. Just drills. You know, it depends. Every day's different. Some days we're working on chokes, legs, escapes, guard, top game. Just depends what we're feeling. And then we train that day for an hour and a half. Or I mean that. The first session we'll just do an hour and a half of pure drills. You know, everyone just drills the same thing over and over, back and forward, and then from there we just do maybe some live positions, and then from there we just do rolls for about an hour and a half. So we try to get like 3.5 hour training at most. You know, and like
in terms of your drilling session, would it be for time? Is it rounds? Is it let me do 10,
reps.
You do 10?
We just put in reps.
High reps,
it's just about reps. So we just tell people, just don't stop repping till we say stop. You know what I mean? You just rep. Like, you're just like a machine. Like, you're not even thinking. You're even tired of doing the move. Like, I didn't want to do the move no more, and I'm just doing it because I know I have to. I have to be sick of the move to get good at it. So we just kind of drill the move over and over. And then, you know, a lot of times we have time, we'll come in early, or we'll just have free time. You know, just kind of flow, do what you want.
Okay.
Grab a partner and do whatever you want with him. You know, and I'll grab my partners and I know what to do. They'll grab their partners and they know what to do. So I like to do a lot of drilling that we all do together as a class, but then I give everyone time to do your own drills too. You know, make
Yeah.
sure you get what you want to do, your style, because your style
Gotcha.
might be a little different from mine,
True.
even though we're drilling similar things. You know.
And how are you Are you rolling? Do you always roll for the same amount of time, or like are you preparing very specifically for Polaris? Like, are you doing 15-minute rounds now every single time, or do you just do? Do you always do 15 or 20-minute rounds, like, or just do you always do 10-minute rounds? Like, are you preparing a specific way for each specific tournament?
I just feel I roll nonstop for an hour and a half or 1 hour. I don't even care about time. I just next, and then we just keep rotating. Like
Yeah,
we
there's no
don't we
breaks.
don't take a break.
Yeah.
There's no breaks in between rolls, so it's like you might have a 2 minute break, but it's just like constant rolls, and we do 10 minutes. Sometimes we do 20, 15, whatever. I like to roll with a lot of different bodies. You know, I don't like to
Yeah.
just stick to one person because I know my crew and I know people around me. So it's like I get bored just kind of like sticking with one person over and over because I feel like, my opponent might be totally different from this guy that I'm rolling with. So I just like to rotate bodies and get different bodies to roll with.
Yeah,
I feel
man.
like the more bodies, the more different weight, different height is gonna give me different variety of rolls.
Absolutely, man. And I could tell that when like I said, going back to when I visited you at your
Yeah.
school, I could tell just by, like you said, there was no breaks. And I could tell just by rolling with your students, man, everybody was game there. And,
Yeah.
mad props, big ups to everybody that trains at your school, everybody at
appreciate it.
Oceanside.
10
Planet
Planet
Oceanside.
Oceanside. We're
Yeah.
coming up. Like, people don't realize we have a lot of really good people. Brown belts.
Mm.
We got high level purple belts. We got, Kevin was our second black belt that
Kevin
just came out of
Burbrick,
there.
right?
Yeah, and he's young. A lot of our guys are young and they're coming up, and we haven't been in the game that long competing, and people don't realize like I only have 6 years really in the game right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're still learning, we're still growing, and we're still finding holes and weaknesses that we have in our game, and we're nowhere where we want to be at as a individual and as a crew. You know what I mean? Our
True.
crew, we're pushing each other. We live together. We have a fighter house. We all stay together. This is our life. We
Oh,
all
shit,
push
nice.
each other. And we dedicate ourselves to this. So we're all going into it as a team. Ricky's in our team. We got Chris. We got Kevin. We got a bunch of dudes that are in here. They're just monsters. Ben Eddie moved in here with us.
Okay.
We have a lot of, we have a lot of dudes that are smart and talented that want to take their game to the next level. So, like I was saying earlier, it's like you surround yourself around the right crew, the right people, then you're just gonna keep growing. We're all just trying to keep growing from here and pushing each other. So I feel like I'm gonna be a lot better in a couple of years. Obviously, if we keep doing what we're doing,
Absolutely,
I don't
man.
feel like I'm slowing down right now,
Yeah, man.
and I don't think my crew is either.
Now let's make way into talking about when you go and train with the master, with your master Eddie Bravo at 10th Planet HQ. How is training there? I'm sure when you go there, people are excited. Like, man, Geos here, Freakahzoid's here. Oh man, like we love this guy. He's a great training partner. But how do you perceive them when you go there? How is training like in HQ for people who've never been there? How's training like rolling with Eddie and his top level students besides you? Of course.
Eddie's like, to me, he's like the dream coach. It's like I feel like I train with the best in the world, everybody, and nobody has the energy and the vibe that Eddie has. And to me, that's very important. That's very important to my mind, my mental aspect, of jiu-jitsu. I want to be around someone that I enjoy being around and I have a lot of respect for. Eddie doesn't just help us out in just jiu-jitsu. He helps us out in our overall life. He tries to motivate us to do a bunch of other stuff. And when it comes down to training, he's like a drill instructor. Like he's just there. He expects you to do certain things, and he expects you to know certain things. So if you're gonna go train with Eddie, a lot of times you got to be prepared that he's gonna drill you with the warm-ups, and you got to know it. Even me as a black belt, I'm intimidated sometimes. Like, shit, I better be on point when it comes down to Eddie watching me and shit, because Eddie still constantly critiques me. If I do something wrong, Eddie's right there calling me out in front of everybody, and I like that. I need somebody that can call me out, and I don't know it all. I need a mentor mentally, and I need a mentor when it comes down to jiu-jitsu. And we all know that when it comes down to technique, Eddie's a super nerd. He knows everything when it comes down to jiu-jitsu, and he created a lot of cool movements. And Eddie's a wizard. So I feel like blessed when I'm around him because I'm always learning.
Yeah,
Even
man.
as an advanced black belt, that I feel that I know a lot of techniques. When I'm with Eddie, I'm still learning a lot, and
Mm,
I feel I have to do my homework when I go train with Eddie because I got to be prepared for what he brings to the table. I want to be
yeah.
ready. So he keeps me on my toes. He keeps me ready. He keeps me doing my research, and he keeps me, hungry for knowledge. I'm
Nice.
constantly searching for new knowledge and constantly trying to perfect my art and the 10 planet art.
Awesome,
And
man.
training with the training partners there,
Yeah.
it's cool. They have a lot of cool dudes, and everyone has different styles and different experience. And a lot of them, I started training, and I looked up to a lot of 10 planet dudes that now I get to call my training partners, and I
Nice.
get to get sick ass rolls with them. That I had them as my influence and. People that I want to be like in jiu-jitsu. I had to climb the ladder and try to, get in their levels. So there was
Absolutely,
already
man.
10 planet guys that were good.
Oof,
I had to
yeah.
catch up to them. So
Now,
I'm blessed,
the fan
pretty
in
much.
me wants to ask, how is it rolling with Tony Ferguson?
Tony Ferguson is a beast, and he just doesn't stop fucking attacking, and he just keeps moving
Hmm.
like me. He just loves to go and go and go, and he just likes to keep attacking, and he's he's very like he loves to throw submissions from even if he's like kind of like a lot of times I'll be sitting down and I'm just like, all right, I'm pretty cool here, and then he'll just dive for like a flying dart and like somehow grab something. I'm like shit, I gotta figure out how to survive. And we give each other solid battles, and say you put him in a good position, or you get him in something good, he'll sit there afterwards and talk to you, be like, hey, how was that position, and
Nice.
pick that position apart. So he's also a very good training partner, as in
Yeah.
he's gonna push you, but he's also like a very good student
Yeah,
of the
student of the
martial
game.
arts. He's still
Yeah.
learning. He knows he's still learning,
Nice.
and he still knows that he's not a he doesn't know all the jiu-jitsu tricks. He still knows that he's learning a lot of jiu-jitsu, and it's gonna only make him better.
Sure. And Ben Saunders too. He trains there as well, right? He's there all the time.
Yeah,
Have you ever rolled with
yeah,
him?
yeah. We got we got a few. We had a lot of training sessions, and every time I'm there training with him, he's the same. He just a tough dude that just goes in there, and always super super cool to roll with, because he's just super chill, super down to earth dude, and always kind of making sure he's asking questions to Eddie, to all the other high level dudes, and just goes in there and wants to learn and be a student, just like all of
Mm.
us. We all humble ourselves when we go in there, and we listen to what Eddie got to say, and whatever he has to say, we do. And when it comes out to rolling, we all push each other. And
And
one
that's it.
day, every other day, some person catches the other, and it doesn't matter. We're all just going hard with each other, and we know when it comes down to it, you're gonna get caught because it's a numbers game.
That's
When it
right,
comes down
man.
to jiu-jitsu, it's a numbers game. If you're rolling every day with high level dudes,
Eventually.
someone's gonna catch you eventually.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely, man. So I have a big brother, so I know how it is to have a brother close to your age. It can get competitive. How is your role with your brother? How does that role
Me and
go?
Richie, he's my toughest role. Like
Yeah.
Richie never holds back with me, and
Yeah.
I never hold back with him. Like I had like a messed up neck like a couple weeks ago, like not really messed up, just kind of like sore neck. We all get that, and
Yeah.
everyone knew that. And I was just like,
And he
whatever. I don't make
slapped you
it.
on the back of the neck. That's how you got sore.
Oh, that would have been nice. I would have rather get slapped in the neck, but he slapped me with a vice grip, and he was going hard, with the
Mm.
vice grip, and he knows I have it, but then he kind of like let loose of it, and
Yeah.
like in my head, I was like, I got mad. I looked at him, I was like, why you let go of that, dude? And then he just like, no, I didn't even let go. I was gonna switch to reserve submission, but I knew he just didn't want to like be a jerk about it,
Yeah.
Is
That's
he your,
awesome.
is he
And
your younger
I got
brother?
mad at it though. Me being competitive was like, hey, dude, like you
Yeah.
gotta push me. I'm your
Yeah.
brother. Like I got mad. I got offended that he let go, and I thought about that the whole day. But then
Fist fight
afterwards,
broke
it made
out.
sense. I was like, yeah, it's probably good he didn't do that because my neck is pretty fucking sore right now.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, so I respected the way he is. Like, me and my brother will push each other to the limits, but we know we know what we can take, and we know how to make each other better. Sometimes to make each other better is letting someone get out of a submissions, or building someone's confidence, or
Absolutely.
complimenting someone.
Yeah, man. That's a good point. That goes under the radar a lot. Like when you're one of the high level guys in the class, whether you're rolling with a high level guy or not, or a low level guy, yeah, giving them compliments, allowing them to escape things.
Oh yeah.
Giving them passes, giving them a little hope. That's what builds them, man. If they're constantly getting trashed, they're not going to learn. It's up to the higher level guys. It's up to the coaches, the teachers, to give them a chance to learn. And that's where
even,
giving
even like
them
a high level dude, like could be having a off day, and I see
Exactly.
I see super high level dudes have off days. Trust
Mhm.
me, and
And instead of bringing the guy down, your teammate, or being like, man, we smashed that fool today. Like you just gotta be like going to him like, man, like even though you're tired, you still kept fighting every fucking submission. It was super hard to
Hell yeah.
get you.
Yeah,
Like
man.
little things like that, because we're all humans. Like even when I seen Eddie training for his big match in Matamoros. There's times when they Shark Tank Eddie when we went to go train at John Jock Machado's. John Jock would just put Eddie through crazy training sessions, just kind of like Shark Tank him and make him start from super bad positions, just to a point that like Eddie was dead after practice, every
Yeah.
practice, and instead of being there like be like, man, Eddie's he's breaking down and blah blah. It's like I knew how hard that was, so we were there and be
Yeah.
like, man, Eddie, can't believe you survived that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And the fact
sometimes
that he put
that helped.
himself in that position to be vulnerable around all his students and be deathly tired and get
Exactly.
outpositioned by guys that are fresh when you're like super tired, to be that vulnerable around your guys, that says a lot about
Exactly.
Eddie. That's awesome,
It's
man.
true.
Much
It's true.
respect.
So questions. Do you have any desire? Because I know Richie is going to compete finally in an IBJJF Nogi tournament. Do you have any desire to do any of those tournaments?
Um, yeah and no. I'm
Okay.
right now still split just because I have I mean, I see Richie's perspective. Richie's is like he just wants to go with the best of the best in the world, and he knows they're all competing there,
Yeah.
and he just wants to do it. He doesn't want to have any excuses. Just like, who cares? People think I can't do it. I'm just gonna go in there and do
And
good and
compete.
climb up the ladder and take
Yeah.
some dudes out. That's what he wants to do. So it's something that I want to do too, because there's a lot of guys that I don't get to compete against that I really do want to compete against at my number one weight class. You know what I mean? I always
Yes.
feel I gotta like switch up to people and do all that stuff. I'm a 135er. That's what I do. I want to go in there and see who's the best 135er and see how it is in the Nogi worlds. But a lot of it too is just like I don't really agree with
The rules.
IBJJ's just the whole thing. It's kind of weird that you got to pay people to compete, and you're already kind of paid your dues in a way, and you got to pay them all this
Yeah.
money, and then
At
they
least
gotta
have all the
prove-
black belts compete for free,
yeah.
right? At
I mean,
the
you're
very
giving them 6 shows, you know what I mean? And then people are wasting all this money. And then, just there's all these weird rules. There's people that won IBJJ and just stepped over the mat and got DQ'd and,
Oh my
shit
God,
like that. That
yeah.
like, do I really want to support that? You know what I mean? Like,
I
it's
see your
like,
point. Yeah.
it's like, do you want to give in? I've never been that kind of person that just kind of gives in, but I see my brother's point of view. And, obviously I respect my brother so much that, like, most of the time when he does something, I end up following him and doing it myself too. So,
Because
You know
at
what I
the
mean?
end
Like-
of the day, it is competition. It's good competition, and you're just putting yourself. If you look at it from the other perspective, hey man, you're just putting yourself through another set of rules, and if it's not your forte, at least it's competition. At least we can get better for our main competition. And if your main style is sub only, that's gonna get you better for sub only, right? Just rolling
Oh,
with
yeah.
high level guys.
And that's the kicker. That's what makes
Yeah.
me like. That's the appeal that I'm like, yeah, there's good guys there, and I can get
Word.
good roles. So like right now I'm still split, but I got a couple matches coming up and a couple things that I want to do, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Obviously, I still want to focus on a lot of Nogi and winning ADCC hopefully once in my life. I really want to take that one day and keep doing all super matches. And I know EBI 145 is coming up right after this one, and I
Yeah.
know Eddie told me to be ready. So
Nice.
I got a lot of things lined up right now that I'm really excited for. So it's not like I have to do IBJ just to get matches. I can do other stuff and still get sick matches. So
Yeah.
it's just really gonna come down to the moment and how I'm feeling, and whatever happens, happens.
Geo, how often are you tempted to put on a gi? A crispy show-your-roll gi.
Because we train gi too. We're gi and Nogi
Yeah.
guys.
I know you want to put some
I,
fabric.
I respect gi too. It's not like I hate gi. or
Yeah.
something.
No, we're
Like,
not saying that.
No, I respect gi. I respect all grappling and stuff. Yeah, I wanna definitely
Uh-oh.
just,
Say it.
grab
Say it.
someone's collar and put a choke on and
Boom.
use some spider guard and see what happens. And
Yeah.
I feel like my De La Hiva and
Oh.
reverse De La Hiva spiral kill fools. Fools wouldn't even know what to do. And then I feel like maybe my rubber guard in the gi, some stuff we've been playing with. And,
It'll be even
there's
harder to
been
get
people
out.
around me. Huh?
It'll be even harder to get out in the gi, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude. There's already a couple moves that Eddie Bravo developed that people don't even know yet. You know that we mess around with. Eddie
Yeah.
always shows us and stuff. So
You mess
there's
around
stuff
with
that
these moves in a gi?
It comes out.
yeah, in the gi top. You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
just hidden 10 planet moves in there. You know
Oh man.
that people don't
on.
really know about. But
Come on.
I'm your
maybe one
biggest
day,
fan now.
I feel like no-gi is so complex and complicated that I can't sleep. I'm still trying to unsolve the problem. It's just like every time you figure out a problem, another problem comes up in no-gi. So it's like, do I
True.
want to just keep solving this problem? And I feel pretty busy with no-gi. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. Maybe someone's gonna be around me that's really good at really good at gi, and I just gonna
Gravitate
rub off
them.
on me, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna start rolling with them, and boom.
I think
You know?
I think
Damn.
my thing with that is like, anything helps, right? Especially if it's something like that. Gi is very similar to no gi. There's again, it's just different rules, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's not going to mess you up. You know what I'm saying? You get to
Yeah.
see a different look, and hey, you never know. Just hopefully one day you just have the extra time. You're not competing as much, and you're like, fuck it. Let me train in the gi once a week and just try something new. Just like you said, maybe one day I'm gonna start trying to break dance just to add to my training or
Yeah.
gymnastics. I would love to.
Well,
Honestly.
no, that's being open-minded, and I'm open-minded dude. So I trust me. I play with the gi a little bit with people, and I every time I wear the gi, it's like I respect it a little bit more. You know what I mean? So it's definitely everyone. I have a gi. I have a couple gis in my closet that people just
Whoa.
gave me.
Hold up.
So,
You said
you know,
a couple gis?
Yeah, I don't know why people give me gis, but I have some.
You could
And then-
send them to me if you don't want them.
Word.
I'll take those gis.
and then sometimes I'll be sleeping and I'll just hear my geese crying in the closet. So
All right,
maybe one
man.
day I'll let them out and play.
All right, man. I know you gotta go. We want to be respectful of your time, but real quick, please give out some shout outs to training partners, your coaches, your sponsors, and of course Polaris.
Obviously, show the art. You guys are, a big part of helping me out and
Ooh.
showing people, showcasing my talent. So I want to appreciate you guys and thanks for, supporting the Freak Pros. And
What?
I know you
Thank
guys are always making us look good with your cool clips and stuff. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And before that, we were fans too, checking stuff out, and I still do. So
Thanks,
I
man.
appreciate that, and it's cool to be part of the crew and stuff. And of course, my crew Phalanx, Phalanx Army. You guys been there since day one. My crew represented, and if you guys want to look good, get some Phalanx gear. They're gonna make you look good. And
Yeah.
I got some new Phalanx gear coming out for Polaris too. You guys will be able to buy it. You guys want to buy some Phalanx rash cars and Planet stuff? Hit me up on my Facebook. Look me up, Geovanny Freakahzoid Martinez. Also, Caveman Coffee out there.
Me like some caveman.
Oh yeah, man, you have to. If you want some coffee, Caveman's the way to go. I never was a big coffee dude till I start really drinking the Caveman stuff. It's just
Yeah.
different.
Their cold brew is great.
Oh, dude. And then the cold brew is insane. And also I want to give a shout out to Dr. Sara. They've been hooking me up with all the sick travel gear that I've been repping. And
Nice.
for the people that travel, check them out, dude. They're all hemp. Everything's made out of hemp, so their stuff is good for your Sinky Jiu-Jitsu clothes and stuff. I know you guys got
Yeah.
Sinky Jiu-Jitsu clothes, and
We
who
got
doesn't like
Datu
hemp?
Sara
Support
bags
that.
here too, so we support
Yeah.
Datu Sara as well.
Big time.
Yeah, they're good. They're good to they're good to the jiu-jitsu community, and they've been really good to me. So I want to give a shout out to them. And 10 Planet San Diego, 10 Planet Oceanside. That's my crew right there. If you guys ever around in San Diego, come check us out. A bunch of monsters, but these monsters are hella cool, and they accept anybody that wants to come and train. Everyone's welcome.
That's right.
And shout out to everybody else, my crew, my brother, my family,
Boom.
my girl. Everybody, I love y'all. Freaks don't sleep. You already know. Oh, the Freak Show. I gotta give a shout out to the crew, the Freak Show. That's where me and my brother come from. If no one knows, we were a b-boy crew before we did jiu-jitsu. If you guys want to see some of our breakdancing videos and stuff,
Dope.
look up the Freak Show
breakdancing videos.
b-boys.
Yeah, man.
Stupid dope.
All right, man.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming on, and we hope to talk to you soon. And everybody, check out our pages, especially Instagram at XShowTheArtX and Facebook Show the Art, everything. And again, once again, thank you, brother. We hope to see you have a great performance at Polaris and beyond. So thank you,
brother. I appreciate your time, guys, and I'll see you guys soon. And maybe we'll do a part 2 after these next competitions. All right.
We
Yeah,
shall.
man.
We shall.
Freaks don't sleep.
Peace,
Peace.
man.